So Matt, how did you start playing the trumpet?
Oh my goodness. So, I was in the fourth grade, and my father handed it to me. He was a musician himself. He played alto, tenor. All my other siblings played as well. And that was the instrument that was chosen for me. And I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a tough instrument to start on, but I grew into it, and I really kind of, when I got into, like, say, high school, and then I started getting more into it, and then when I got to college, I started studying more on it, and just kind of went from there, so that's how I started playing the instrument. It was sort of just given to me. When you come from a musical family, sometimes that's how it works.
Yeah. That's great.
So, yeah.
When did you know that you wanted to become a music teacher?
I was in my second year of college studying, and it kind of just fell into my lap, to be honest with you. I just started teaching, my senior year, my senior year in college. I just kind of started taking kids here and there, and found that this is like a lot of fun. I really enjoy this. I like watching the kids grow, become better. I like seeing them when they're older and what they're doing. I enjoy the aspect just of sort of trying to figure out how each, kid sort of works and what motivates them to play the instrument.
Right.
And so I try and find that vision for them so that they can get excited about it. I think that's a big piece. It's one thing just teaching them how to play the instrument. Another thing, really letting them know that, hey, you could do this with it. So it's fun to watch that. I enjoy that piece a lot. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people who want to start playing the trumpet?
Take lessons. Please take lessons. It's a really difficult instrument to start without it. There's a lot of muscle building here that needs to be done, and if it's not sort of done correctly, you can do a little bit of damage to your lips, which makes it even harder to enjoy the instrument. So unless you're taught properly, it's really tough to enjoy it, so that's one thing the biggest advice I would give is study with a private instructor, because it'll be much more enjoyable.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was an important piece.
Oh yeah, no, that's a very important piece. I mean, there are kids that just pick up a horn and start playing. But if they aren't taught properly, it's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because if you have kids that come in and they didn't take lessons, and sometimes the result is they just quit because it's too hard. Because like I said, all these little muscles around here are very sensitive, and you have to treat them that way. I don't know if you've ever been punched in the lips before, but it hurts. So if you're pressing too hard or doing, it can hurt, and that's no fun for a kid.
Yeah.
Or an adult. So that's my advice. Please take lessons here at the Wrist Music Academy.
And finally, how has music or teaching music impacted your life?
Oh my goodness. It's impacted my life in a lot of ways, because I think when you are able to sit with a child, or a student, and see them respond to what you're trying to accomplish with them, or they come back and they've done it, feels good, because it's like, oh wow, this is getting better. And so the teaching part of it is interesting to me, because every kid is different, and so you have to sort of tailor your teaching sometimes to each individual kid. So not every kid's going to learn the same way, so each child has to be sort of taught differently, but with the same idea and concept in mind.
Right.
And you just have to kind of figure out, how do I get him to practice? How do I get him to do this? How do I get him to do that? Or her? What can I do to motivate them? And then when that works, you're like, okay, that's pretty cool. And it can be a good impact, because it really teaches me that anybody can sort of be taught something, as long as the person that's teaching them caters to sort of how they want to learn. Not every individual kid learns the same way. You kind of have to figure out what works for them and what doesn't. Because there's visual kids, kids that are visual. There's all kinds of different ways kids learn.
Right. Yeah.
So you just gotta figure that piece out, and then guide them along. And hope that they are really motivated and excited about it. And that's the whole idea. Getting motivated and excited about music. So yeah, and once you've accomplished that, if you can accomplish it, it feels like, wow, I've impacted this kid somehow, not only just with music, but maybe this is another channel that he can use someplace else. Something that works for him. How does he learn, or she learn? And then of course have fun with them.
Yeah.
So that's important. So yeah, you could go over all the technical aspects of the instrument. You just need to make it fun for them to learn it. And if it's fun and they're having a good time, they're going to be excited when they leave, and they're going to come back.
Exactly.
So, yeah. That's what we want.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Matt. And if anyone is interested in signing up for trumpet, brass instrument lessons with Matt, feel free to email us or sign up on our website.
Awesome.
Thank you again.